Well, Nikon Z9 II is exactly that kind of rumor, which is loud, impossible to ignore, and capable of resetting expectations before it even exists. Nikon's flagship Z9 has already proven itself as a monster of speed, durability, and professional reliability. But now the excitement is shifting to the question everyone is asking. What comes next? And is it Nikon Z9 II or not? Let's find out. For months, the rumor mill has been heating up with hints of Nikon preparing a dramatic overhaul for its next flagship. While nothing is confirmed, the tone of the leaks feels different this time. It's not just, here's a minor refresh or expect small internal tweaks. It's more like Nikon is preparing to swing for the fences. One of the biggest rumored upgrades centers around the sensor. An all-new stacked CMOS sensor, potentially in the 50 megapixel range, has been repeatedly mentioned by leakers who have a proven track record of accuracy. That alone could be a seismic jump. The original Z9's 45.7 megapixel stacked sensor has already proven its worth in sports, wildlife, high-end video, and even studio work. But Nikon pushing beyond that would signal one thing. The Z9 II isn't here to maintain pace. It's here to break the pace. And then there's the elephant in the room, global shutter. Many leaks claim Nikon has tested early global shutter prototypes, which aligns with the industry shift initiated by Sony's A9. If Nikon truly goes global shutter with the Z9 II, that would change everything. Zero rolling shutter, perfect motion rendering, and unlimited possibilities for high-speed stills. But this upgrade also raises a question. Will Nikon accept the low-light trade-offs that global shutters typically bring? If they do, it's a statement of confidence in their processing pipeline. Autofocus rumors are equally wild. Talk of a next-generation AF engine with redesigned subject tracking and more powerful machine learning algorithms suggests Nikon wants to close whatever small gap remains between itself and Sony's class-leading AF. Improved 3D tracking, faster lock-ons, and even more intelligent recognition modes are reportedly part of Nikon's internal testing. The video side isn't quiet either. With the Z9 showcasing 8K 60p and RAW capabilities, the Z9 II could push deeper into cinema territory. Perhaps 8K 120p or oversampled 4K with even cleaner performance. A redesigned heat dissipation system has been mentioned as well, potentially allowing longer raw recording times without throttling. And of course, the build. Rumors hint at a slightly lighter body, improved weather sealing, and, most interesting of all, a reworked EVF with higher brightness, higher refresh rates, and reduced latency. Nikon's current EVF is already excellent, but if they match or surpass Canon and Sony's top-end displays, the Z9 II could become the new gold standard for sports shooters. Are all these rumors going to come true? Probably not. But the fact that these kinds of conversations exist tells you everything about the expectations surrounding Nikon's next flagship. To understand the Z9 II in context, we have to look at where Nikon stands today, because the brand is in a very different place compared to when the original Z9 launched in 2021. Back then, Nikon was still proving its mirrorless identity. Today, Nikon has momentum. The Z8 brought flagship performance to a smaller body. The ZF captured the hearts of hybrid shooters and creators. The Z6 lineup continues to anchor the mid-range, and the Z52 and Z30 hold down the compact APS-C side. This is the strongest Nikon lineup the mirrorless era has ever seen. But something interesting is happening. The Z9 is no longer the lone ruler at the top. The Z8 shares nearly the same performance in a lighter form. The Z7 series, though aging, still holds relevance for landscape and studio professionals, and we're already hearing whispers about the Z7 III and Z6 IV lining up for 2026. So where does the Z9 II fit? It has to sit above everything else, while also justifying its flagship identity in a market where the Z8 already satisfies so many professionals. To justify its top-tier price and positioning, the Z9 II has to deliver something undeniably extreme. Something Nikon cannot offer at the Z8 level. That means a major jump in speed, a major jump in sensor technology, a major jump in autofocus intelligence, a major jump in professional video abilities. Nikon can't just make the Z9 II a Z8 with a grip. That would be a disaster. Instead, the Z9 II needs to redefine what Nikon considers flagship. And that's why this camera is such a crucial decision. If they go too safe, the Z9 II risks fading into the background. If they go too extreme, pricing and supply chain issues could complicate everything. This balancing act between ambition and practicality is at the heart of why the Z9 II has become one of Nikon's most anticipated and high-pressure releases. Even though the excitement is huge, the Nikon Z9 II faces several real challenges, and Nikon cannot ignore them. 1. Global shutter expectations. Thanks to Sony's A9 III, global shutter has gone from tech of the future to we want it now. Nikon has two options. Either join the global shutter race immediately or stick with an improved stacked sensor. Both choices carry risks. A global shutter might sacrifice low-light performance or dynamic range, which Nikon users care deeply about. But skipping global shutter could make the Z9 II appear less cutting edge, even if its real-world performance matches or beats Sony. 2. Thermal management. To push 8K, higher frame rates, stronger processors, and AI-driven AF, Nikon will need a cooling redesign. The original Z9 handled heat impressively well, but the next generation must deal with even greater processing loads. A flagship camera cannot afford overheating headlines, not in 2026. 3. Price pressure global shutter, an upgraded EVF, new sensor architecture, and next-gen processors mean R&D costs are enormous. If Nikon pushes the price too high, it risks alienating wildlife, sports, and documentary shooters who already consider the Z9 expensive but worth it. If they price too low, they risk cutting into profit margins available for future development. 4. Stiff competition. Sony isn't slowing down, and Canon is reportedly preparing its own flagship update. The Z9 II enters a space where rivals have already made huge technological statements. Nikon needs something more than incremental. They need an identity-defining feature, something that screams, "This is Nikon's era." 5. Supply chain and production flagships are built in smaller numbers, but every brand is still navigating post-pandemic production economics. If Nikon announces ambitious tech but can't deliver units fast enough, that could create dissatisfaction, especially among professionals locked into seasonal shooting cycles. The Nikon Z9 II is more than a camera rumor. It's a crossroads. Nikon is carrying real momentum right now, with its brand image stronger than it has been in years. But the next flagship could either elevate that momentum or disrupt it. This is the extreme decision moment for Nikon. They must choose between bold innovation, safe evolution, or a daring mix of both. As we move on to 2026, we just hope that Nikon Z9 II will bring the fortune that is long due. Thanks for watching.